Welcome back everyone. Today we're in the Giants Editor and I'm Joel, and as you can see we're on the Giants Editor 10.0.7 version for Farming Simulator 25, and I'm not fully finished here, but this is just basic stuff being done, and I got the ground situated a little bit so we can go ahead and do with the part we need to add the triggers. I'm not even sure where the triggers go in this particular place. I know somewhat. I'm assuming it goes there, but once we bring it in, you'll be able to see where they go. Ignore this little piece of road that was brought in. Like I said, all the roads were brought in for me to measure things with, and I'll eventually be using them. So this is not going to be there. So, but the rest of it we may paint differently or decorate or do whatever. But I just wanted to get the ground situated. So basically, if you want to add this building, there's some things you need to think about. It's the grain barge terminal 01 underscore place. You need to think about the water level. Okay? So if you know that you're at your water level and you hadn't done your train track yet, which you need to know what you're going to do, because if you want your train to be able to come to the edge of this like it does in Riverbend, like that, then you're going to have the heights right. Meaning the train track's got to match wherever this lands, and the water's got to match so that this boat can float under this piece of pipe. So that's what you need to focus on. So get your water right, figure out where it needs to land on this boat, like how high up. So just look at the in-game one and you can kind of get an idea. I'm trying to show you. See how it's not all the way, but it's, you know. And then you got the depth of the ground. You need to make sure it's at least low enough under the boat. You can see mine's not very low, and I still got to smooth some of it. See it? But that's underwater right now, and you can't see it. So you need to put your boat. Go in the in game. Click on this boat. Make sure you get the whole group of it, and bring it in here, or just get the whole river. No, not the river one. Yeah, just the static one. This one, unless you was to bring in the whole group. You could bring in the whole river group. But anyway, get it in here for measurement sake, so you can decide what you're gonna do with the height of it, because you got to be able to make sure your water level is right so that you can get this boat under these bridges. And I just did make it under some because I had already done my train track before I even looked at that. And I thought it was high enough, but some of them were lower than I thought. And I have one bridge I got to tend to. I'll show you where it's at. That's not it. Well, I still have to tend to it. But this bridge was at a different level, but now I got to lift the ground up to meet to it. So that's some changes I got to make. So I got to lift the ground up to hit this, just so the bridge is high enough so the boat can go under it according to the water level. So you can see how high I'm going to end up having to come up on this side, so it's going to be kind of a messy thing. I may end up moving the bridge in another spot altogether if I have to, somehow, if I have to tilt it at an angle, bring it over, or whatever I need to do, and then we can kind of curve into the animal place. But you have to make decisions like that, because the ground I wanted to stay the same as the real world ground that I had it as I brought it in the map. So I didn't want to make a whole lot of changes, but I will have to mold some things accordingly. So make sure your water level's right, your bridge height is where that you can get the boat under, so that when you lay your tracks, you're not too low and too close to the water, and the boat can't go under, and so that you're not so messed up when you get to that other building that we're going to work on. This building, the grain barge terminal 01, because you can see how that this part is at a certain level. So if you don't have it right here, you're not going to be able to get the train track right. So if you worry about only the train track, then suddenly this is going to be below the water line or whatever, or too high from the water line. You see what I'm saying? So you need to measure that. And you can make it ain't got to be exactly perfect, but you need it to be above it, like it would be pouring in there. You know, whether it pours in there or not, I don't even know. I hadn't even used it in game, but um, for the visual of it, you want the boat to be able to go under it. And technically, if you think about it, Riverbend has it like this, but guess what? It still technically would hit it. Look at this. So this stuff would technically still hit it. So even in that sense, I didn't make it where that pipe wouldn't hit these, and I don't know why Riverbend didn't, but they didn't. And I don't even know if this thing right here moves, or is it just parked there in the Riverbend one. I know it moves. Some of them move. I just don't know if this one that comes up here moves, or if it loads, or I don't know. I hadn't even used it. So any of y'all know, you know, feel free to leave a comment. I hadn't played the game enough to even know that. So I just know how to get this stuff in here. So, but we're gonna get that in here. We're gonna get the trigger in here. I'll see where all the trigger piece goes. I don't even know what comes in it, in this particular one. We'll fix it to find out. As you can see, you got a mold. You got all these rocks, and then some of it ain't. You know, so you have to paint it, and you can get that. You can paint it whatever you want. I hadn't decided fully on what I'll paint it, but what you need to do is go in your main game, wherever you've installed the game. And if you've watched a previous episode, you've seen where I told you you can get this whole group of the selling station area, or the production point, or the farmer's area, or the buying station, or whatever, building group, whatever, however you're going to do it. And you can get that, and you can click on File, Export Selection with Files. Then you can go wherever your map is, okay, Documents in my case, uh, double click. Now if you have a Mac computer, you might only have to click once, but I say double click because this is my Windows computer or whatever. So there you go. So I have to double click. So, but double click Farm Sim 25 mods, double click the map, and maps, double click it, map US, and then in here you would click new folder. Then you would title it whatever it is that you got, what you were trying to bring. In this case, selling stations underscore, and then capital, all of them capitalized area. And so you would type that out. Once you did that, I'm not going to type that out because I'm not actually going to bring it in because it's already here, but I'm just showing you how. Just for the beginners, some of you already know this, so bear with me. I'm just leave it saying new folder, and then pretend you would type that in that, and then you're gonna open that folder that you just made, and then click here in the file name box, and then type out the same thing, selling stations area, just like that you see it, and then hit save, and then hit yes and yes. Okay, when you get the two prompts, the two little dialog boxes. Okay, I'm clicking cancel. You would click to title it, click save, yes and yes. Alright, then you go back to file and click import, and then it's going to bring you to the thing you just brought over into your file. But then this one didn't because I didn't actually do it. But if it didn't bring you in it and you were like, where is it? Go back to wherever you put it. So go back to your map, wherever you put it. I'm not going to say the same thing over and over, but you just go in here and find it. And in this case, it's right here. This is the one I made, and there it is. And it's got all of them. Then you would click open, and it would bring all of those that you brought in. Now you can do them separately. Say you just want the Farmers Market US. Then do it the same exact way and title it Farmers Market US underscore place. Make the folder, do all that, and bring it in separately. I preferred in that case to bring them all in at once. Okay, so now we're going to click on this building just to get the name of it back up. Oh no, that's a different one. What in the world? There it is down there. So we're going to do the same thing we did in the other video of the grain elevator place, bringing the trigger in. So we're going to take and we're going to go. We can actually drag this to the end so we can see when it comes in. I had this transform group here just for molding the ground, so just ignore that. It's nothing to it. You can see where we have our grain elevator triggers right there. But first we're going to go ahead and go to our main game. Okay, and that's not I'm going to try to pick this one. Here we go. This is where we'll end up. But if you don't know how to get there, follow your path to your main game area. So mine's D drive, yours is C drive or whatever, then go there accordingly. C drive, if it's C drive program files 86, it might be your path. Steam, double clicking all these, and then Steam apps, and then common, and then FS Farm 719, and so on. Wherever yours is, yours may be another path there. I don't know. Everybody's is different. Mine's in D drive. Mine's in Steam Library, Steam Apps, double clicking all these, common double click, and Farm 725 double click, data double click. And in this case, we're going to go under placeables, map US, and then we're going to come down, okay, in the list and go to selling points. Then we're going to go to the grain barge terminal 01 triggers. Click it, double click it, open it, then you're here. Take and grab this i3D and just drag it over and let go. It's going to put it in the map. You can see here is the XML for it, okay? And it's going to have all the stuff in it to tell it what to do. And if you need to look at it, just right click on it and hit edit with Notepad++, but don't change any of it unless you're actually sticking it in your map and you're like changing stuff and customizing and whatever. But that's a whole nother story. This is for beginners right now. Alright, so we brought it in, so we can minimize that. Now that we have it in here, we can turn around, it's over there somewhere, there it is. Now we can bring it into this area and put it wherever it belongs. Control B as in boy, left mouse click, left mouse click. Now I'm not sure where it actually goes. I'm going to assume it goes, what is this? The whole thing. I might have to undo that and then bring it in separately, but let me just see. There should have been like more than one. It looks like there's only one there. Interesting. So now I got to click on them to see. Okay, the trailer. What does it say? Unloading station trailer. The teleport node. Okay, pallet. Interesting. Bell trigger. So I'm going to assume it might go, it either goes there or under there. See, I hadn't went in the game yet to know where that particular one went. Let me get down here. Does it go under this? Does it do anything there? Or did it go over here on this little grain looking, great looking thing? Alright, well what we can do, since we don't know for sure, I don't know for sure, we can put it wherever. We can put it there, and if it needs to go there, we're going to find out by going in game, and I can show y'all how you can find out where it goes if you don't already know. Okay, so what we're going to do in this case is turn it around, and depending on what it looks like, because some of them, depending on what that actually looks like, we'll have to see what the actual one looks like, if it has a little flap on one side or the other or not. Some of them do, some of them don't. I hadn't even looked at this place. I hadn't even driven in there, I don't think. I might have driven in there, but I don't remember what it looks like. So you're going to fix this as best you can, center it, see what you can do, get it situated, and then wherever you think. We already control B'd it, so it hopefully is low enough. It's kind of floating, so we're going to bring it down because we were in a different spot. So we might even redo that. Hit Control B again and stick it right in the center of that and let go. And then that moved it over there, but it's got it at the right height. It should. So we're going to drag it over like so and like so. But potentially I'll have to move it. So that's what we'll see. If we need to move it, we'll move it. But we're just trying to make sure it's on there. There we go. So we have moved that, and when we click on unloading station trailer, it should highlight where, if it's another one somewhere I ain't seeing, let me back up so we can see. Is there anything else that is a trigger with that? Okay, it is. Or is it? No, I thought it was a little green one. So it's not showing it, it's just showing, it's showing this piece though. Okay, so that is an issue. Okay, unload marker trailer, unload node. Wonder why that one's over there. Unloading station trailer. Well, I think it'll be alright. It seems to be where you would want it. Okay, I don't know if that little thing that sells that, if this is the thing that teleports you in here. So I don't know if it's supposed to be on that side or this side. I hadn't been, like I said, I hadn't been in here and checked it. So unload the node. Now this one you can see is pretty good. We could move it over a little with the other one if we need to, and then this one, and then this one. So that one gives us a little idea that this one ain't perfectly over far enough. So if we want to scoot it over just a hair, scoot it back a hair, then go under this one, we can kind of see, are we close? I'm going to go back just a hair that way. Alright, so we should be pretty close to what it should be. Let's look and see. Now that one could go over that way a little. We'll do that. Click back on Barge or whatever it is, and we'll slip it that way and just see. Alright, that looks a little better. We'll leave it there. Now that we're through, we're not through. We gotta make sure we got the main group of the grain barge terminal 01 triggers, and we're gonna have to get these numbers, and we have to go in the placeable thing to put them. But in the meantime, we going to we gotta go in the main game area, and we can get that command that tells it to go in here. Okay, so we're gonna go to the main game, back to where we were. Now this ain't the one. Alright, this was where you left off if you left it where it was. Now we can start back over or back up just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is back up a little bit to map US, then I'm going to back up to data, okay, or go back all the way through to your main game area. You're going to go to maps in this case, so it's Farm Sim 25, which is your main game wherever it's installed, data, maps, maps US, config, double clicking all these, and then placeables, right click and click left click edit with Notepad++. You're going to come in here and scroll down this list, and it's under the selling station area, so you can look for that, and that'll help you know where it is. So if you see that, you'll know, okay, this is selling points or whatever. And then you have the grain barge terminal 01 triggers, and that's what you need. So you're going to take this at the end of the placeables right under that, and you're going to grab left click, hold it down, keep holding it down all the way over, grab all three of them lines, let go, right click, and hit copy. Now that you do that, you're going to be going to your map. So in my case it's here, but I'm going to go back through to show you. Go back wherever it is. Mine's in my games, Farm Sim 25, mods, my map name, maps US, double clicking all these, config, okay, then go under placeables, click once on that one, right click, edit with Notepad++, and then you're going to put your cursor at the end of that third little piece there for that set, or the last one before this other placeable, and you're going to hit enter. Then right there, click right over that, right click on that spot and click paste. It's going to paste this in, and you're going to have, and you can actually, this one you could actually back up to match your other ones like so. Just click in front of it and back it up, and now this is going to call that information from the main game in that XML that you saw underneath that i3D that we dropped into our map by, just straight with the i3D. It's going to call that from there and tell it what to do. But we got to get the position and put it in here. It also is giving us this map icon to show the picture of that building in game when we click on the icon to go to that building, to visit that building. So this will be the picture. Otherwise, if you don't have this piece, you will not have the picture. Okay, so now we're going to go grab these two, the position and rotation, and we will be able to put it there and make it go where it should. Now make sure you have your whole thing highlighted, Green Barge Terminal 01 triggers. Then you're going to come up here to Translate X at the very end of the numbers. Click it, make it start blinking like that, and hit Shift, Control, and C as in cat. Okay, so you're going to hit Shift, hold it for a second, Control, hold it for with that Shift being held, and then C while it's being held. So it's going to be real quick because you're not going to be trying to hold Shift for a long time by itself, or any of the other ones. Just Shift Control C. As soon as C goes down while you're holding the other two, then you let go. Okay, it's going to grab these three numbers. Okay, and if you're panicking and you can't get that to work, you can do one at a time. Just highlight it, right click on it, hit copy, go in your placeables thing, and the first line you can right click and click paste after you highlight the first set of numbers, and so on. Now we're going to go back to that, just hover back over into the Notepad++ and come to the position spot, because that's the one we just grabbed. Left click right after those quotation marks, come to the end, just the numbers in between those, right click and click paste. It puts the numbers in there. Now we can check this. This is 0, 0, 0 on the rotation. We can go back to this area. Is it the same? No, it's got a different number, so we know that we can't just leave it. Now if yours said 0, 0, 0 there, then you could leave that because it's already at 0, 0, 0. Since it's not, click at the end of it, hit Shift Control C as in cat, go back to the Notepad++, click in between those quotations, and then right click and then hit paste. It's going to put that number in there. Now you're done with that specific thing. Now we're going to hit save after we check everything, and see how it's in purple brackets. If it's not showing these purple brackets, it's not going to work. Something's wrong. You might have to take away something like a forward slash, or there's too many periods. It could be anything. It could be a letter that's somewhere, or something's messed up somewhere, not letting it turn into a bracket. Okay, so don't forget that part. Now hit save. Once you hit save, we're going to go on over and check on the store item. You need to always check and just see, hey, does it need a store item? So go to the map you're working on. If you have a store items folder, go ahead and use it. If you don't, you need to look back in my videos and see how to do that. Basically, you just go get it from the end game, throw it in here, but there's some other things you got to do. So you're just going to have to go back and look. I can't really go through it all. Whoops, I don't want that one. I'm going to right click, hit edit with Notepad++ on the store items folder. You just have to go look for it so that you can see. Now you'll check it to see if there's anything that we're working on that needs the store item, because some things do, some things may not. Okay, so we'll look, and do we see it? Yes. So in this case it's a trigger and it needs it. So then we would need this line of information. So you go to your end game main game store items, where your main game is installed on your computer, and go to the store items of the map US or whichever one you're working on. And then if you didn't already put this whole thing in here, if you put this whole thing in there and it looks like mine, then you don't even got to do it because it's there already, right? And if you customize one, it's already got most of the information. You would only need to change a little bit here, like the path, like where is yours in the folders in your map, and then you would hit save if you customized it. So, and you had put this XML in your map, your actual map. In this case, I don't have to do anything. It's here because I had put it in here, the whole Riverbend store items, and I will delete anything I don't need later. I plan to bring most of it in, if not all. Okay, so basically I don't need to change it. It's the right one. So for beginners, if you already had it in there, you don't got to do anything. If you have a blank store items, all you need to do is go to the main game one and get this line, left click, highlight it like that, or right click, copy, go to your blank store items, click at the top in between the store items little first one, and then paste it in underneath there, and just make sure that after you paste it that you got this other one that closes it, the store items thing here, and then hit save. And it has to have that / there. The top one don't, as you can see. So that's it for that. Now we should be able to go in the game and see that it works, and we do need to save the map because I don't think I did. So need to go into the map, hit save, and I don't know if I think I did paste it. Yeah, I did paste the 180 and the position in this right here in the placeables area. So I think I did paste it. If I didn't, obviously you would need to do that. I was just trying to see if it was right there. That's the main game one. So mine's clear off somewhere else over there. I don't want to go looking for it. But I believe I did paste it. So we're going to go in the game after we finished all that. We did the placeables XML. We put the building in already, okay? So you already exported that, brought it in, put it where you want it, mold your ground how you want it, paint how you want. That's when you do this trigger. Now it's time to go in the game. Alright, so we're going to go test it, make sure it works. It may take a second. I hadn't opened this today at all. So let's get it open and see how we do. Appreciate everybody. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share the video to help others get to see how to do stuff on their map. And hopefully, and if there's ever any issues, I always update a video saying, hey, this is this, you know, if there's something wrong or not right, or I learned that they've changed something or whatever. So sometimes you may have an older video, like FS19 is going to be a little different than FS22, and the 22 a little different than Farm Sim 25. So just bear that in mind. It can be confusion. Alright, so we're going to load up, get on in here, skip all that, load the map, number 16, continue, no tour, get in here, continue, start. But hopefully it don't take too long to load. We're trying to get moving on the map again. I had a little delay there. I had done the train, so it was a little bit of a delay. And I got to do a video on that soon, but I'm trying to get some of the train buildings in that's near the train track. I just want it to make sense. And then I'm planning to do a train video, so stay tuned. It's coming, but I had been sick and still ain't perfectly well. I still am a little sick. So it's taking a little longer than I had anticipated. But it's coming. You'll be able to see how to do the train. At least that's the plan. I got mine working, so it should be something I can show y'all. But it's pretty good. So far so good on the map stuff. I'm hoping everything else keeps working out right. I want to try to get on or move and get it finished, get the buildings in, so we can start decorating. I like to put the buildings and XML stuff in first, figure out where my buildings are going to be, the houses and all that. I like to do my water close to last, you know, so that if I do it in Blender, I'm not doing it over and over again if I change anything along the way, that kind of thing. So, and of course the PDA is technically the thing you do pretty much last for the most part. And the picture for the, you know, when you're looking at the map like this, where you see the blue screen right there, that's typically done last. So that's why I haven't made a picture for it, because I'm not worried about it until I'm going to actually be taking a picture of whatever it is I'm going to focus on for my map. So that'll come later. There will be a tutorial out on it when I do it for Jules Peaceful Valley. Well, it's taking a minute. It always takes a minute when it opens up the first time, so. But I hope y'all been enjoying. It's pretty nice. I do need to put a bridge in for that train track where you can see the waterfall where it's going to be. I gotta put a bridge in there. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna put there. I don't know what kind of bridge I'm gonna put there. I'll have to see if there is anything already available that I like. Might be, I don't know, I hadn't seen one. Alright, it looks like it's trying to go. There we go. I had saved quite a bit since I loaded it last, so it's gotta go through all that. But it won't be long. Takes a second. And hopefully we put the trigger in the right spot. If we didn't, I'm going to show you. I'm going to go in the river bend so I can see where it actually is, and I can show you. Because I'm really not sure where it was. Because I hadn't been playing it, like I said. There we go. Let's get in there and see. Hit escape so we can go see if it's showing up. Click on the stuff we see. There's the picture. And remember, that picture's there because of that little line of information in the placeables XML that's the second line of information. And then we have a visit and a tag place. I don't know if there was supposed to be more information or not. I'd have to look in Riverbend. So we landed here. This is where, remember, I showed you here was the teleport node. And then this is the little dump trigger thing. Now, I'm assuming that's the spot. I don't know that, though. Now, I'm not sure what really needs to be dumped here, so I guess we should check it. But like I said, I'm probably still going to go in Riverbend to see what it's actually, where it was supposed to be, if it was even, if I guessed the right spot, just because I happened to guess it. Oh, I don't know if I want to get a truck, because you never can connect to the stuff you want when you get a truck. Let me get out of there and get a tractor. We're going to rent a tractor, put some stuff in it. Let's see what we got here. Let's just get this Massey Ferguson. Customize, release it, and get a trailer so we can go see if we can dump anything in that spot. Alright, where are we at? Okay, they moved us because I exited. Alright, we need to get a trailer. Real quick, just a small one. We don't need a big one, because we're not going to be doing nothing. There we go. You always need to be testing stuff, and then you need to always look at your log afterward to see if you got any errors, because you would hate to do too much work and not know where the error came up at. And if you check it often enough, then you'll catch the error to what it goes to. So if we just put that build in or trigger in, and we just didn't have any errors before that, now we have errors, then we know why. Alright, so I'm going to add in the grain, hit F12, it's going to take a screenshot too, but that's just the command. Hit the fill, okay, we'll just put whatever in there. I don't know what that place accepts is the thing. I'm going to assume they take wheat, so we're going to go back to wheat. I know it said bales. Oh, it's a long way to get back to wheat. Wow. Hope we're almost there, man. There we go. I'm assuming they'll take wheat, so we'll try that. I can't get over that bridge. I'm probably going to have to go over. Oh, I'm straight ahead. I should be able to get to it. Alright, now, obviously, we're not going the way that we would normally go, but, you know. Oh, there's the train. Look at there. See, I told you the train works. And I'm going to be showing that soon. I'm so happy it worked out okay. Doing good. Now, it's obviously not perfect. If you was to stare at it exactly perfectly on the tracks every now and again, it's going to be a little over one way or the other, but I could have made it right. I just don't care to, because it's good enough. But if you want to get it all perfect, you can. Just keep working on it. Alright, where is that spot? It's up here. Now, I hadn't molded all this just right yet. I ain't even painted it the way I necessarily will paint it. I may or may not paint it the way that it is. Oh, and it works, obviously. Now, we still don't know if this is the right spot. We know it is because we put it there. But I don't know if, I'm assuming it was the spot they wanted. I'm going to hit the I. It's going to dump it, and you can see it dumped it right in there. So I'm assuming we're in the right spot. Now, I could have put that anywhere, and it would have worked. Okay. Now, I don't know if there's another trigger for this place that loads anything in here. If it is, I just don't realize it, and I will look and find it later, obviously. But we see that it loaded that. I don't know. You would have thought that after you loaded it, that you could have unloaded it. So I'm gonna have to. Let me try to go around and come back up and see, because that seems odd to me that you can't. How would you get it out of there? Is it for the train, or how does it work? And if it is, did I miss something, or is there another trigger? What is it? So we're gonna go under here. I'm assuming there's no trigger. Since I put no trigger there, it's obviously not gonna do anything. See, it didn't register anything. See. So let me see something. The other place had an icon, so we might. Let me go check something. Where's it at? Not there. Is it this place? It's close to there. It's this. Now this one had an unload thing. I wonder why that one didn't. And then it had the train unloaded thing. Interesting. I don't know. I would have to go in. There goes the train. You can see it. Let me turn that on and off. It says loading station. Okay. Tip stations. So that's a tip station. Interesting. So why don't we go in game in the river bend just for a minute and see what theirs does, because I want to make sure that there's not something I need to add. If there is, depending on what it is, we'll either do it in this video or do it in another video. So let me go. I didn't need to go all the way out, but that's okay. We'll go back in and we'll go to Riverbend and just see what this place looks like, and just in case there was another feature that it had. I just want to make sure, because it seems strange that you just put it there like that, but like, how do you get it back? And it seems odd that you wouldn't be able to. Let's go see. And this is how a beginner, you need to investigate. If you hadn't been playing the game and you don't know, go find out. Go look at the game, go look at the spot, see what it has, see what you didn't get. Go back in your XML or your main game stuff and find it. Now we're just going to go back again to number 16, continue, no tour. We'll keep it on Riverbend, go in the game, start, load it up. And it should load a little faster, hopefully. Now there is one thing I did not, I hadn't planned, is where any of these little pieces will be. I should be able to still do it okay on my river. I just hadn't planned them out yet. And that's another thing you need to keep in mind about where you're putting things. So that if it has to do with this little piece, and if you're going to add it, then you need to know where, make sure that whatever needs to be done is done while you're working on your map before you add it in there. So keep that kind of thing in mind. The height or the water thing or whatever you're putting this building at, is it going to be where the water is properly so that you can have this land on it. But it shouldn't take too long. We're just going to check it real quick. We got to figure out where we're going to put more of our housing. We're going to have houses. We got to start putting. There we go. It should start. It's almost done. It's a bigger map, there's more stuff on it, that's why it's going to take a little bit longer. Always keep that in mind. The bigger you make your map, the more it's going to take. It's going to be, it's just not going to function as good. So a little bit less is a little bit more. The less you put in some cases is better because it's going to function better. it's going to be a smaller file size. Alright, come on. Should be loading, taking its sweet time. And this is the main game one, so you know ain't nothing changed on it. Here we go. There we go. So we're going to be moving along. I mean, we got a lot done, and we're going to, you know, the train's a big part of it. Once I show you all that, we'll be moving on to more XML work. And then once we get the idea of wherever in the world we're going to put those buildings, we can start doing houses or decorating or whatever. Or trees. Whatever we decide. I probably won't put trees until last. Or close to last. We'll see. It just depends. Alright, let's get in there. Go find out what's going on. Escape. And let's go find that barge. Where is that place at anyway? Let me look for it. There it is. No, that's number 2. That's not the same one. It's going to be over here somewhere. This one. Alright, this is the place. You can see, oh, it's a lime station there, but it's not another, you can see it's the same icon I have, and it's not another icon there like a, you know, like one of those other pieces, wherever they are. I can't, let's just go there and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so they threw us on the other side. That's funny. So this is where they threw us, by the door. So I twisted it around backwards. But it don't matter. But I can change that. So all I got to do is change it to where that little teleport node is not right here. If I want to, it'll be over here. But either way, it works. Okay? So if I teleport over here, it's not that big of a deal. It's kind of a better spot anyway. Why would you want to be crammed up over here? But look, I guessed the right spot on this. So look, you can see that we put it in the right spot. So, and as you can see how it looks, you got that boat, you got that stuff down there, and you got this upper part for the, let's go up there. Now this is separate. This is something we'll be doing, and we may do it next, since it's this, but or the train, whichever I do. But probably not the train yet, but we will pretty soon, pretty quick. This will be the lime station. That's a whole separate thing. But whatever reason, they don't let you pull that from there, and I don't know why. That's kind of weird to me. Why would they not? And why can't you load the train with it? Like, I liked FS17. I ain't gonna lie. They had that train set up perfect. Why did they change it? I liked it. Why this one? Why don't this one load the train with that? Does it? And I just don't know it. Because you got this stuff up here, like I was telling you. Now this one is closer to the train track than mine, okay? And I had to do that because of how my water was and how I did all that. Now I could have forced it back, but I didn't, okay? So, and you want your train, obviously, to be able to get under that. So, there's that. But I think I only put 1 track. I can't even remember. I didn't even put 2 tracks. I put 1 track. So my track is centered between that and that building. And as you can see, if we'll go around to come down, we'll be able to see what's going on. You can see how they got theirs. And I do have the, oh, are we at the end of the map? Are you kidding me? We are. I can't even get around that way. Wow. That means they got part of that off of the map, potentially. So mine is actually on the map. It's not off the map. Let me go down there and show you. I'm going to have to go way on down or jump over. I don't know. I don't even think I can get over. Can I? Nope. Alright, let me get on down here and get around this. So y'all can see. Uh-oh. Train a-coming. Where's he at? Ah! Goodness gracious, you barely gave me a chance. I wanted to see how high that was when it goes under that thing. So it did go under it okay. Good. Make sure stuff like that is at the right height. That's the point. Alright, here's a little road This is how their road is. Okay, and then it comes down, and then we can go off this way. Let me get on down here real quick, and you can see how they painted it like that. And then they have this sitting in the water, and you can look and see. And this over here, for some reason, has all this rock. And for whatever reason, when I brought it in, it wasn't there. So it may be a separate piece of a rock that I had to bring in separately to put there. So mine didn't show that because it's not there. But this doesn't even have a little icon or a trigger or anything. And you can see how high it is. This one might be a hair higher than mine. But like I said, just make sure this is not hitting that. So they actually still aren't quite high enough, I don't think, for this. But they're closer. So, but I don't want to go up the stairs. And as you can see, this is how theirs looks. Now, I don't even remember seeing that on mine. I guess it's there. I didn't pay attention. But you can see how theirs looks and how the cars looks and what it looks like. See? And then there's that boat going by. You got to make sure it goes under the bridge. This one just must sit here. It don't go anywhere. So that one is just for looks. That's good. So you don't. That's why they don't let you load it with anything. But they block you from this. In my area, you're not blocked from it. Like you are able to. Well, you can actually walk in this one. But in my area, you can walk on the other side of this one. But this one is blocked. See? And mine, you'll be able to walk up on that side. So if I can get out of here, it'd be good. And there we go. So they won't even let me go very far, like I say, that way. And you can see it's got that thing coming over the edge. It don't do anything. Now it'd be great if some of this stuff did some stuff, okay? But we know that we put that there. Like I said, if you want it in the right spot, just spin it around. If you want that, when I showed you how to do it, just where the teleport node arrow is, after you set that thing right here, click on the teleport node and make sure that it highlights it, the little arrow gizmo right here. And then you'll have it in the side that they had it on. I had it here. It really don't matter. It still works, is the point. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and call that a video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.